The price of Bitcoin surging again. The cryptocurrency passed the $50,000 mark for the first time in 3 months yesterday. Let's take a look at Bitcoin right now, where we see the price pulling back this morning by 23,000. Bitcoin looking to regain ground after it peaked in mid-April around $64,000. That was before falling back down to 29,000 last month. Joining me right now is the chairman of the Bitcoin Foundation, Brock Pierce. Brock, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. What do you make of this market here? What's fueling this most recent rise?
Well, it's something most of us in the market we've been anticipating, and that is, again, general uncertainty in the financial markets. Again, over $20 trillion have been printed over the last year and a half. And we're seeing rising in hard assets, real estate prices, stock markets, cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin obviously has been, again, a big winner for all of those of us that are participating.
All right, I see. I get it. Now, let me ask you about the uncertainty around the regulatory framework around Bitcoin. SEC Commissioner, the chairman of the SEC, Gary Gensler, was my guest last week, and he called crypto the Wild West, telling me on this program last week that more activity should be subject to government oversight. I want to get your take on what he is saying. He's promising tougher discipline if exchanges and other businesses continue to offer assets without complying with the rules, he said. Brock, your thoughts on crypto regulation and what it looks like?
Well, first of all, the Wild West became California. And so it's very important that as a country, we ensure that the Wild West becomes California, and as a nation, we benefit greatly from it. Inside of the infrastructure bill that has been the main political topic for some time, they put in place, when it was presented to the Senate, some language that read it on the surface to be about collecting $30 billion in tax from the cryptocurrency community. But it also left a lot of ambiguity in how this is going to be regulated, who it would be regulating, potentially those that shouldn't be regulated, like software developers, and potentially encouraging those businesses and those people to move offshore. This is now before the House, and I've been receiving calls from members of Congress asking, our opinion. Clearly, we're living through the fourth industrial revolution. Technology is changing the world. It is changing our monetary system. It's creating a new economy. And it's important that this conversation has its own container so that we can make thoughtful, sensible decisions. Most of us are not opposed to the concept of regulation, the idea of protecting the people. But let's make sure that this is sensible regulation, and our regulators and legislators are taking the time to be informed so that they can make good decisions that benefit all of us in the long run.
What do you expect the timing to be to understand better what the road looks like in terms of regulating Bitcoin and crypto in general?
Well, sadly, as someone that spends time with lots of our legislators and regulators on a state and federal basis, there is a big learning curve. And what I would tell you is every single person I've met with is genuinely, as far as I can tell, interested in learning. But I would say very few of them know much. But then again, we've got people like Mayor Suarez in Miami. That is an elected official who has taken the time. He knows what he's talking about, and his city is benefiting greatly from that knowledge. Eric Adams, likely soon next mayor of New York City, is doing great things. I'm talking to you from Honduras. I was with the president yesterday.
Yep. All really good points, Brock. Great to see you. We'll keep following that. Brock Pierce joining us.